All right, what's going on? Milwaukee coming at you once again. And for today's topic of discussion, we're going to be talking about the four-issue miniseries Star Wars: The Rise of Kylo Ren by Charles Soule and art by Will Silney. Sliney? Art by Will. Let's get to it. The story starts off with like a flashback explaining just what it means to join the Knights of Ren. Apparently, you have to be able to touch the shadow, which I guess is what they refer to as a dark side of the Force. And it also requires a good kill. Not just any kill, but a good one. The story then cuts to the burning of the Jedi Temple after, Luke attacked Ben. Three random Jedi show up at the aftermath, and, they find Ben there, and they're like, yo, Ben, what happened? What's going on? And he's like, oh, Master Skywalker, tried to kill me, so I had to do what I had to do. And they're like, oh, no, Ben, there's no way. You couldn't possibly. You're not strong enough. And he's like, oh, yeah? Watch this. He handles them. But, of course, they don't die. So when Ben, gets into a ship and flees to go see Snoke, they follow behind. When Ben gets to Snoke's place, look at how... I was impressed. Nice dig, Snoke. See how Snoke is living over here. But, he gets there and he's like, oh, I want to, join the Knights of Ren. Because you see, previously, because the story flashbacks again, Luke and Lors Van Tekka and Ben, they went on a mission to find some Jedi artifacts at this random ass Jedi temple, right? So when they get there, they encounter none other than the Knights of Ren. And let me tell you, folks, this is the best part of the issue because Luke totally owns these clowns, right? He just whoops them. And of course, Ben's there seeing it, and the leader of the Knights of Ren, the Ren or whatever the hell he's called, he's all like trying to talk to little Ben, say, hey, there's more than one way to live out here in the galaxy far, far away. You could be a Jedi like Luke, or you could join the Knights of Ren, huh? Well, pretty enticing, huh? And he throws down his helmet, right? So Snoke tells Ben to go back to the place where he first encountered, the Knights of Ren, which was on the planet Elfrona. Ooh, a new planet to me, huh? So, of course, Ben goes there, and wouldn't you know it, the helmet is still there on the ground. A little dirty, a little dusty. It's been a few years. And so he picks it up and he puts it on, and of course, he gets a direct communication link to the Ren himself. And they're like, yo, come meet us on Minban. That's where we're hanging out right now. So, as Ben goes to leave, guess what? He's confronted by those three would-be hero Jedi. And Ben is all like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So he ends up killing one of them right there. And, going on to Minban to join up with the Knights of Ren. So, when he gets there, he tells them about how he killed the one Jedi. And so they let him in. And they give him some new threads. And he was feeling real good about himself. Oh, wouldn't you know it? Here come those other two pesky Jedi. And they're like, Ben, we can't believe you killed the other Jedi. And he was like, I told you, I'm an evil now, right? So there's a whole big throwdown in the mines. And, Ben kills this other Jedi. And then the Ren, who's all like, Snoke was wrong about you, Ben. You're struggling. You're not giving yourself to the shadow. And Ben's like, oh, yeah? Well, watch this, buddy. I am the shadow. And so, yeah, gets into a lightsaber battle with the Ren, kills the Ren, and then the one surviving Jedi, Ben goes up to her, stabs her through the heart or whatever. He's like, why do you even want to live? So then the other Knights of Ren, they kneel before him, and he goes off, and he makes his lightsaber and declares himself Kylo Ren. There you go. There's the story in a nutshell, right? As for what I liked about the issue, the art's good. Uh, the action's okay. The story, it leaves a little bit to be desired. We get to see Snoke, but we still don't know how Snoke approached Ben in the first place. You can see they have this communication, through space and time, telepathically or whatever, like Professor X. But you don't really get much on the information with the relationship between Ben and Snoke. Apparently, Snoke told Ben to watch out for Luke. Luke's gonna come for you, and then the prophecy was fulfilled, which is why Ben ultimately runs to Snoke because Snoke told him what was gonna happen, and he was like, "Yo, you were right, Snoke." And yeah, so also with like I said, the highlight of the issue is when Luke owns the Knights of Ren. Us Luke fans were starved for great Luke content, and this is it. I mean, the art, just the action, Luke's cockiness, it's just great. So it's worth it to read this miniseries alone just for that scene. As for like dislikes about the issue, uh, it's kind of short. 4 issues. Most modern stories and comics today are at least 6 in a trade, but this is only 4. So it's kind of snappy. It's over before you know it. Like the 3 random Jedi, they try to give them backstory as to why they're special to Ben. Well, you can read that for yourself. Didn't do nothing for me. You knew these guys were dead as soon as they stepped on the screen, right? Or the page, I should say. I like the writing by Charles Soule here. I've seen his name come up a few times in the new Disney canon, so I'm gonna be checking out some of his other stuff later on. But as far as the first impressions, I feel like he nailed the voice of Kylo Ren here. So I'm looking forward to see what else Charles does in the future. At least my future when I get to the stuff he's already done that in his past. I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? Overall, I would say Star Wars: The Rise of Kylo Ren is pretty good. Give it a 4 out of 5. Is it a must read? I mean, if you're a Kylo Ren fan, that's all you got. But I wouldn't say it's a must read. It's just it's there. You don't really get much out of it. You still don't know what the hell the Knights of Ren are. You still don't know where they come from. But at least you see how Kylo takes the mantle. So there's that. Too bad the Knights of Ren were totally squandered in the movies, but that's a discussion for another time. So until next time, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think.